Hello, I'm Monica Price and welcome to Cuppa TV. Today we are joined by emotions expert John Rushton, who is going to talk to us about an inquiring mind and how we enjoy life. Also today I'm joined by Jasmine Hanlon and Westford from Mad Science, who are going to show us how fun science can be for both adults and children alike. First up, we welcome back to our studios emotions expert John Rushton, who today is going to talk about the importance of an inquiring mind and having a more enjoyable life. John, welcome back to Cuppa TV.
Thank you, Monica.
Wonderful to see you again. So, an inquiring mind. Tell us about that, John. Why is that so important?
It's very important that we have an inquiring mind, because if we don't, we stagnate. And if we stagnate, we actually go downhill. We lose all momentum about what's happening, what we're doing. We lose interest in other people. We can become staid. We become dull, boring, insular, negative. And in fact, we lose the impetus in life. We don't actually see what's around us because we're just concentrating on the negativity or the insularity of our own lives. And we look for the insularity in other people's lives as well to have this sort of mutual empathy. And when it's not there, then we feel threatened. But if we have an inquiring mind, we actually see beyond. We see beyond the horizon, we see the bigger picture, we see what is available to us, and often we see better things for ourselves. Oh, I never knew that happened. Oh, I could have done with one of those. But if we don't have an inquiring mind, we miss out. And if we miss out, life takes us where it wants to go, as opposed to ourselves taking us where we would like to go. There's a big difference there.
There's a big difference there, isn't it? And it starts from a very early age, because this is the child that says, you know, how does this work? What does this do? So that's a good thing for your child to be continually asking questions and being inquiring, really. So that you would say that's quite a healthy thing for a child to do.
Very much so, and I think this is also down to the parents to encourage the children to ask why. It's nothing wrong in saying why, I need to know, why does this happen? I would like one of those, why can't I? I mean, they're going to inquire, and the more they inquire, the better they will be in themselves later on in life, because they'll actually get more knowledge at an earlier age. They'll become more proficient about life, they'll become more understanding about life, and it won't be that there are things out there which are beyond their comprehension, because they'll become more comfortable about asking why and understanding why. And that makes a big difference, not only to them, but to the people they have around them, which is very important, their future partners, which is also very important, and their environment and how they carry themselves forward. Because if they don't ask why, they're just going to be drones, just following a mono track always and not getting anywhere. And children need to be encouraged to have this inquiring, vivacious and fantastic mind.
Well, I mean, as parents, the parents that are watching, I'm sure, you know, they've got a child that's constantly saying, you know, how does this work, and why is this, and why is this? I mean, for a parent that can be frustrating. What advice would you give to parents, John, who do find that frustrating? Not in a bad way particularly, it's just that, you know, it's that maybe a child's constantly asking them all the time.
Yes, I think you're absolutely right there. It's an attitude of the parents. They have to change it slightly. Instead of saying, oh, he's always asking, what's this? Why is that? You know, instead of saying that, because this is a reflection of them, that they haven't got an inquiring mind, or they don't know, or it doesn't interest them. So you've got to change your interest into the child and be your child's interest. Yes, we will find out. We will do this together. I will help you. Go and have a look, find out, do things, you know, go to science museums or whatever it is. It may not be your cup of tea, but you will get some enjoyment from your child enjoying it as well. You'll get the love from your child thinking, wow, this was fantastic. We went to see this on Saturday and it was brilliant. And I think it's actually really understanding yourself and engaging yourself with your children.
And looking at the other end of the spectrum, you know, in the elderly, there's been many studies that suggest that, you know, the more you do as you get older, even doing things like Sudoku or, you know, just any crossword puzzles, anything like that actually will benefit you. Would you agree with that?
I would. In fact, the more you do, it keeps your mind alert, it keeps it stimulated, but also it keeps the camaraderie going with other people as well, because you tend tend to attract the same kind of people as yourself. So if you're dull and boring, the chances are your friends are dull and boring as well.
That's not very good, is it?
No, it is not at all, no.
Don't like the sound of that.
No, but if you're vivacious and wonderful, which you are,
Yeah.
Monica,
Oh,
you will
thank you
have
so much.
fabulous friends around you, and that alone will boost you up. It'll get that the feedback of that in itself will be a loop which actually just elevates your time and time and time again.
And even learning a new language or, taking up a new skill, that's, you'd say, it doesn't matter what age you are, that's something you should actively try to seek doing. In other words, try new things maybe. Would you say that would be a good thing?
Absolutely. Even if when you get older and you sort of finished work, in your retirement, do some gardening or baking or go to places.
Whatever makes you happy.
Whatever makes you happy, because you'll meet like-minded people, and they will stimulate you. You'll have an empathy there. You'll have a camaraderie which is new and exciting. They want to talk to you because you are fabulous and exciting, and vice versa. And that makes you feel young. It makes you feel wanted. It gives you purpose. And a lot of people lose that because they vegetate. And so if you have an inquiring mind, it keeps all these vital parts together and makes life wonderful.
And can you ever be too old to do anything? To do anything with your mind? Is there anything, do you feel there's an age limit? You couldn't take up science, for instance, or you couldn't take up a new language, or, do you feel, John, there is a time when you have to say, right, that's it, I've reached a certain age, I can't do this anymore? Or would you say to somebody, no, there are no limits?
I think there are no limits.
Please say there are no limits.
No, no. Well, I have to anyway, for myself.
No, but are there limits? I mean, because, sometimes there are things as you get older, you think, oh, I can't do this because, I'm a certain age.
Yes.
Or, why do we think like that? Why do we feel that we can't do things?
I think there are two things. There's the physicality. You can't do it because physically
we can't
do it. But outside of that, you can do anything you like. It doesn't matter whether it's a teen hobby you suddenly want to start doing or anything. If you want to do it, you do it. It's your life, your enjoyment. And you will find, actually, people will respect you. They may say, I'd have never thought you'd have done that. I'm really shocked. But it's not mocking you. It's actually giving you this impetus to saying, wow, I think that's really good, to be honest, doing something like this, because you've gone off your own volition and made something work. You found something which has made you excited. And that is absolutely wonderful, because, again, it stimulates the little brain cells. And that's very important.
And when you're young, and I think you're more inquiring when you're young.
Yes.
And what kind of beats that out of us? Because you start off being very inquiring, and then maybe towards the middle of your life, or even in your teenage years, you can become very quiet, and your attitudes change, or perhaps your personality changes. Why is that, John?
I think a number of things. I think it's one, conforming to what everybody else does, which is silly, because nobody else actually lives your life, you live it. So you've got to conform only to what you think and you feel. And if other people don't like it, it's none of their business. This is down to you to make a difference for yourself. And the other thing is, you'll think yourself, well, I shouldn't be really doing this. What will people think? I don't know. What has it got to do with them? Your life is yours, live it.
But I think a lot of people relate to that. They probably don't do things because they're afraid of what other people might think of them when they're doing that, whatever it is they've decided to do.
That's absolutely true. But it's silly. You must do it, because once you start doing that and you've broken that barrier, you've actually freed yourself up from all of these negative sort of strands which are holding you back. And you think, wow, there's another world out here. I can do what I want. I am my own boss. I'm not constrained by other people's thoughts and feelings which have no bearing on my life. And that's another thing you've got to do. Just do these things. Just take a deep breath like swimming. Hold your nose, jump in at the deep end and swim. And you feel so energized once you've done it, because it is freeing up your soul. It's freeing up yourself.
So negativity, does that breed negativity, John, would you say? And positive people, you said surround yourself by positive people, that's better. Is there anything in that? If you were surrounded by negative people, does that have a detrimental effect on you as a person?
Most definitely. If you have positive people around you, you do actually elevate yourself by default into a new situation, a position in life. If you have negative people around you, bit by bit, you've nothing to talk about, you've nowhere to go. So you have to reduce your conversation, reduce your mind talk to get the other people to actually come in to your little circle of understanding. And when you do that, you lose your own ability to think beyond. But if you have positive people, you can say anything, because if you say something silly or funny, they will laugh with you, not at you, but with you, because they understand that excitement as well. It's all there. So it's vitally important that you're positive. It doesn't matter what other people think. If you are with negative people, never go down to their level, ever, 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 ever. You must stick with it and be positive, because you will overcome in the end, and you will be a better person. At the end of the day, you'll go home 10 times better than they will.
It's incredible, isn't it? There's so much emphasis, I think, on young people as well, isn't there, to try and do things better. You know, do you think there's a lot of pressure on young people at the moment to do things better and to remain positive all the time? Would you say that there's a lot of pressure on them?
I think there is a lot of pressure, and I think there's a lot of weird undue pressure, because you tell children to do this, do that. At the same time, if they actually go out of the mould and they don't conform, they're rebels.
John, fantastic. Lovely to see you as always.
Likewise,
Thank you so much. Welcome back to Cuppa TV. My next guests are two people who love experimenting in explosions and have brought some very interesting scientific equipment along. Please welcome Jasmine Hanlon and Ryan Westford from Mad Science. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm desperately thinking, oh, and I've already got one of these on my finger. So, Jasmine, first of all, tell us about what your involvement with Mad Science and what actually is Mad Science.
So, Mad Science is just what it says on the tin. We are Mad. We're a science education and entertainment company, which basically means we go into schools and we make science fun for children. So we launch rockets, we do dry ice experiments, we do mini explosions, things just to make it fun for children to engage in science, really.
Fantastic. And Ryan, your involvement in it, obviously, look, Mad Scientist is on your lab coat, so looking the part. So what do you do, Ryan?
I do all sorts. I'm actually the operations manager of the company, so I get all the equipment ready for everybody all over the West Midlands. As well as that, I'm also a pro presenter, so I do any presenting that we do, so be it corporate, schools, summer camps, after school clubs, you name it, I've probably done it.
Fantastic. So you're based here in the West Midlands.
We are, yeah.
And you go all across.
We do, yeah. We go all over the schools, all over the West Midlands, and there are franchises out of the West Midlands as well, but we're mainly focused on...
Fantastic. Right, guys, come on then.
Right,
I can't wait. Show us what you're going to do today,
Okay,
Ryan.
so
Talk
we've
us
got
through.
3 different things to show you.
Okay.
We're going to start off nice and easy, nice
Fabulous.
and basic. We're
Yes.
going to go to something nice and big at the end. So we're going to
Wonderful.
start off with something called flash paper.
Okay.
So what we normally do in our schools is we'll speak to the children and we'll ask them what do they normally see when we burn paper, and obviously the answer will be, we'll see you. That wasn't
That's
right.
all right.
We'll see smoke, we'll see fire, and we'll see ashes.
Yes.
So what we do is we have this special paper. This is called flash paper, and what we
Okay.
do is, do you want to give me a nice big countdown, guys?
Oh,
3,
2, 1.
And as you can see, it completely disappeared.
I need some of that paper. That's amazing.
So the kids always love that one. The reason it completely disappears is because it's covered in highly flammable chemicals, so it burns
Right.
that fast that nothing is left behind. It completely disappears. Do you want to see one more?
I
Really
think we
quick?
should.
Yeah.
I think we
Considering that
should.
first one fell on the floor, we might as well
Absolutely,
try
yes.
another one. Okay, right then. Bigger countdown this
Go on
time,
then.
please, guys.
3, 2, 1.
That's incredible. That's
Fantastic.
very Harry Potter.
It is.
It is, yeah.
Yes, that's it.
That's the thing, is the kids love it because they think it's almost magical,
Yes.
but
Yes.
no.
That's amazing.
Brilliant. Okay, so that's our first one. Our
Yes.
second one is this. Okay, I know you've been looking forward to this one.
Now, this is where I'm involved.
It
I
is,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what do I need to do?
Well, this is the Van de Graaff generator. What we're going to do is we're going to create...
Explain tell us what it is again. It's
a Van de Graaff generator.
A Van de Graaff
That's
generator.
right.
Okay,
so
what
this
does that
belt
actually do?
inside is going to spin around and around and around. It's going to create
Okay.
loads of static electricity.
Take this off.
Thank you.
It's a good idea. And all you need to do is put your hands on the ball. Make sure you keep your hands on. Don't take
Okay.
them off. Okay, keep them on. And what should
Okay.
happen is the static electricity is going to go through your body
Slightly
and make your hair stand on end.
Let's
So
just blow up the cup of tea.
Just don't take your hands off.
that's it. Very important. Keep your hands on. Don't take them off. Okay, right then. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. So you're going to feel it tingling.
Oh, you can definitely
You get your hair
see it.
starting to bounce up.
This is my new look. TV. The things I do. Oh, that's, you can actually feel.
Yeah, look
the
at your arm hairs as well.
and the hair. So just explain what's happening.
So this is static electricity. It's being built up. It's caused by friction, so two surfaces rubbing together. So that belt inside is spinning a little copper plate. It's creating loads of friction, which is building up inside that ball, going into you, flowing through your body. And what it does is it repels your hair away from your body. Just like a magnet would, it attracts and it repels.
I can feel my hair. It's my hair standing
It is, right at the front.
Kids can do it at home with a balloon on
Yeah.
their head.
Yes, that's right. It's the same.
Yeah.
So it's the same like a friction.
Exactly like that.
That's incredible.
Fantastic. So keep your hands on, don't take them off.
Oh no, are we going? Oh, oh!
Hands up. There we go.
Well done, you're brave.
Brave.
Good job.
That was brave there.
Okay.
That's so cool. Yeah, obviously the
And-
kids would love that. And adults, I've enjoyed that. So that's yes.
So now we have our grand finale. So
Go
this
on
is
then.
something that we do. It's very, very popular. This is something
Yes.
called elephant's toothpaste.
Yes.
It involves a number of different chemicals. So I'm going to get myself ready with my gloves.
Absolutely. And again, you know, don't try this at home.
No,
this
don't
is,
try
this
this at home.
This is all done in control. We're a controlled situation
It is.
here, and obviously you guys know what you're doing.
Yeah, all of the experiments we do, all the staff are specially trained. We have
Yes.
specialist equipment to be able
Yeah.
to do it. But it's great that we're able to go into schools and kids' homes
Yes.
doing parties to be able to do this and they can
Yes.
see it in real life.
Absolutely. Has my hair gone down now?
It has, yeah,
It
you have.
Fantastic. Okay, so what we're going to start off here is we're going to start off with something called hydrogen peroxide. So
Okay.
we're going to get this and pour it into our flask here, like
Okay.
so.
Fantastic. So the kids would love to watch these experiments, but and adults as well. You go into corporate
We
businesses
do,
as well,
yeah,
don't
we do
you?
a lot of corporate
Jasmine,
business
so-
where we do a lot of family events or exhibitions, and adults love it just as much as children because it's something that they might not have seen either.
Well, we were talking with earlier on in the show with John Rushton, you know, talking about an inquiring mind, and this is really, you know, an inquiring mind, isn't
Definitely,
it? It's just finding
definitely.
out what's going to happen next. Oh, Ryan, sorry.
Sorry, guys.
We're two women. We could chat
That's
all
all right,
day.
no
You
worries.
tell us what you're doing.
So I'm going to get some bubbles next. I'm going to squirt these into here like so. So we've got our hydrogen peroxide and our bubbles. Put that out
Okay.
the way down here. Got my stirring rod. I'm going to stir all that in.
So you're just stirring those two together.
Stirring those two things together. Now, we want a little bit of colour to this. So I've chosen a nice yellow.
I was going to say, I like the
Squirt some of
green.
this
The
in.
green.
Just brightens it up a little
Yes,
bit.
absolutely. So that's just ordinary artist paint.
That's
That's
right.
just poster paint, yeah.
Poster paint that you would use, okay. Oh, it's looking very scientific.
Yummy.
Yes, it does, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So that's all our stuff ready to go. What we're going to do now is we're going to add something called potassium iodide.
Okay.
And what this is going to do, it's going to create a chemical exothermic reaction, which means it's going to create a new substance, so it's a chemical reaction. And exothermic means it's going to create loads of heat. So, very important, don't touch the phone.
Okay,
Okay,
fine.
right then. So, 3,
2, 1. Oh. Oh, that's incredible. Look at that.
And there
Now,
we
is that
go.
heat?
It is. That's, you can see the
No, it's
steam.
That is
fine.
heat.
Yeah.
That's fine. Don't worry if it spills over. Don't panic. It's absolutely fine. But that is incredible. Now, again, what does this show to the children? Ryan? What do you think that Mad Science actually gives to the children and to adults?
It's making science fun, isn't it? And it's showing them that it's interactive. There's loads of hands on different things. It's not just about looking at a book and reading something. It's about doing experiments. I think that's what we're mainly about, is being hands-on.
All of our experiments are related to the national curriculum, so they'll be learning about it in a theory base in schools anyway, but we just bring it to life and we show them how it's used in real life, in real science labs, and how to make it more fun to remember it, especially for those year sixes who are doing SATs.
Yes. And again, I always think visual sometimes works, doesn't
Definitely.
it? You can read about it in a
Yeah.
textbook, and you can read about it, in your books that they give you, but seeing it in real life
Exactly.
Yeah.
is worth it. And what about schools, science on the curriculum? Are there schools now that don't have science on the curriculum?
Yeah, so primary schools, it's not actually a core subject. They don't have to do it, they do it as a topic. So we have a lot of schools that will bring us in to be able to do this because we have specialist equipment that the teachers won't have. And like I say, the children won't have seen it because it's not
Yes.
something they do on a day-to-day basis. So it's really important that they learn this before going to secondary school because, as you know, they have to do it then as
Yes.
a topic.
As a subject.
Exactly.
And for viewers at home watching, I mean, that's just great. I just love that.
It's
That's
still
massive.
going.
It's like, it's still bubbling there. It's
still
just
bubbling away.
fantastic.
Still going
Okay,
until we stop it.
So what's happening there? The chemicals are just reacting. Just give us a little bit of science.
So basically, a chemical
fact on
reaction
that.
is when two substances mix together and you create a new substance. So that's exactly what we've done here. We've made gas bubbles. We created a whole new substance substance, it's completely changed.
Yes.
But as I said, it's also called an exothermic, which means it's created heat. So as you can see with all the
That's the heat
yeah,
coming
the
off
heat
of
coming
it,
off
yeah.
it. And I don't know when you put your hand near it as well. Did you feel
Yes,
it was
I
very
did.
it was very
It's
very
very
warm?
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, that's just because the two
they react with each
materials
other.
have just reacted.
Yep.
Fantastic. Now tell us what these lovely little lights are. 'Cause I had one on my finger earlier. So let me just pass over one of these lights to you.
Should we grab this?
We'll grab that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in
that was
case.
that was attached.
Yeah.
Yes.
These are
So-
basically just, all these are LED lights. We use them when we do different experiments with children.
Yes.
Especially when we're using diffraction glasses, which shows them basically that the light is dispersed into different colours, and we use them for that.
Fantastic, but they look just great, don't they?
They do. They
And
look brilliant in
do
the
you find
glass
that when
one.
you go, talk to whatever adults, children, do you find that they are engaged with you? Do they learn? I mean, it's not just about we've done some wonderful things here
Yeah.
very quickly this morning, but do they actually learn and come back and want to know more?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the experiments that we've done today obviously are too dangerous for children to do, and we've done it just so we can show you
course,
guys, and we do them
yes.
in shows. But a lot of the experiments we do, well, 99% of the experiments we do are actually safe for children to do. So the children actually get
Oh,
hands
so
on
actually
themselves.
hands-on
Yeah.
involved with
So
it.
we bring lab kits for every single child when we go into a school, and they actually do it themselves. They kind of end up looking like Ryan.
Yeah.
With their goggles
Not a bad thing.
and gloves and
Yeah.
their hair is
That's good.
crazy. But
Yes.
yeah, they actually do the experiments for themselves. So they definitely go away. We usually say remembering rather than
Yes,
learning.
that's
Yeah.
right,
But yeah, they
yes.
definitely remember what they've told us, and they come back and year on year to do after school clubs or parties with us.
and just carry on and obviously it
Absolutely.
engages them and then because there is a serious lack of science and
Definitely.
scientists I should say
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah.
I mean that's been documented, so something like this, do you think it encourages people to get involved in science?
It definitely does, because like I say, it's not what they think of as science. They think of science, doing equations in their classroom,
Yes.
and it's not. It is, science is very much practical based. It is experiment, and it is just seeing what happens. And
Fantastic.
especially females in science, we
Yes.
have the majority of our staff are actually female scientists.
Thank you. Cheers.
Pleasure
Thanks
to
for
meet
having
you
us.
both.
Cheers.
Thank you. Right, that's it for today. I'd like to thank John, Jasmine and Ryan for joining me. We'd love to hear from you, so please get in touch either by email or you can join us on Facebook or Twitter at Big Centre TV. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.